Story 1 of 4. Rebel Wilson defamation trial over sexual harassment claims and social media posts. Rebel Wilson defamation trial over sexual harassment claims and social media posts. Here's what every outlet agrees on. Charlotte McInnes is suing Rebel Wilson for defamation over social media posts claiming she made and retracted a sexual harassment complaint against producer Amanda Ghost. The central incident involved a bath shared by McInnes and Ghost at a Bondi apartment on September 5, 2023, after Ghost suffered a medical reaction to cold water. Rebel Wilson claims McInnes told her the bath incident made her feel uncomfortable, but McInnes denies ever making a complaint. Wilson posted on Instagram in July 2024 accusing Ghost of misconduct toward the lead actress of the Deb, McInnes. Wilson hired the agency group PR firm in August 2024 to create smear websites targeting Ghost, including AmandaGhostSucks.com, which called her an Indian Ghislaine Maxwell. But not all outlets told the same story. The Guardian and ABC report that Wilson's PR team called her fucking nuts in internal texts, but Wilson denies any involvement in the smear campaign. McInnes claims she never said she felt uncomfortable during the bath incident, but Wilson insists McInnes told her she was uncomfortable and later retracted the complaint. Wilson's barrister Dorid Sibtain SC argues that McInnes' career has not been harmed by the posts, while McInnes claims she suffered nightmares, panic attacks, and reputational damage. This story was covered by ABC News, The Guardian, news.com.au, and Sydney Morning Herald. Story 2 of 4. Arrest of Jefferson Lewis over abduction and murder of 5-year-old Kumanjayi Little Baby in Alice Springs. Arrest of Jefferson Lewis over abduction and murder of 5-year-old Kumanjayi Little Baby in Alice Springs. Here's what every outlet agrees on. 5-year-old girl Kumanjayi Little Baby went missing from Old Timers Illaperoni Town Camp in Alice Springs on Saturday, April 25, 2026, at around 11:30 p.m. Her body was found about 5 kilometers south of Old Timers Town Camp near the Todd River on Thursday, April 30, 2026, at just before midday. Jefferson Lewis, 47, was arrested on Thursday, April 30, 2026, at around 9:30 p.m. at a residence in Alice Springs after being located by police. Lewis was seen with Kumanjayi Little Baby holding hands at around 11 p.m. on April 25, 2026, before she was reported missing. Lewis had been released from prison 6 days before the abduction, April 29, 2026, and had a history of serious assaults and domestic violence-related offenses. But not all outlets told the same story. The Guardian and ABC report that Lewis was arrested at a residence in Alice Springs, while The Age and SMH mention he was found in Charles Creek Town Camp before being taken to a residence. The Guardian and ABC state that Lewis was beaten by a group of people at Charles Creek Town Camp, but The Age and SMH describe it as a vigilante group or locals who attacked him. The Guardian and ABC report that Lewis was transferred to Darwin for safety reasons, but The Age and SMH do not specify the exact reason for the transfer, only that it occurred. This story was covered by ABC News, The Guardian, news.com.au, SBS News, Sydney Morning Herald and The Age. Story 3 of 4. Permanent traffic changes on Sydney's Warringah Freeway begin May 2026. Permanent traffic changes on Sydney's Warringah Freeway begin May 2026. Here's what every outlet agrees on. The Warringah Freeway will undergo permanent traffic changes starting at 6 a.m. on Saturday, May 4, 2026, affecting 250,000 daily motorists. A $2 billion redevelopment of the Warringah Freeway has been underway since 2022, intended to improve traffic flow and prepare for the 2028 opening of the Western Harbour Tunnel. The slip lane allowing drivers to switch from the Harbour Tunnel to the Harbour Bridge lanes will close permanently, requiring drivers to choose their route 1.5 to 1 kilometre earlier. The Ernest Street on-ramp in Camaray will become a dedicated entry point for the Harbour Tunnel, with access to the Harbour Bridge now requiring drivers to use alternative on-ramps, Brook Street, Miller Street, Falcon Street, or Mount Street. A 2.2 kilometre dedicated bus lane will run from Military Road to the CBD, improving transit for 150,000 daily bus passengers. But not all outlets told the same story. ABC states the slip lane closure requires drivers to choose their route 1.5 kilometers in advance, while SMH says the decision must be made 1 kilometer earlier. ABC mentions the Falcon Street entrance loses access to the Cahill Expressway, but SMH specifies the eastern on-ramp, likely Falcon Street, will become a dedicated bus lane with no access to the Cahill Expressway or Alfred Street off-ramp, implying a broader restriction. This story was covered by ABC News and Sydney Morning Herald. Story 4 of 4. US troop withdrawals from Germany amid Trump-Merz diplomatic row over Iran war. US troop withdrawals from Germany amid Trump-Merz diplomatic row over Iran war. Here's what every outlet agrees on. Donald Trump threatened to reduce US troops in Germany after Chancellor Friedrich Merz criticized US handling of Iran war, calling it a humiliation. Trump announced a review of US military presence in Germany on April 30, 2026, with a possible reduction of troops. The Pentagon confirmed on May 2, 2026, that the US will withdraw 5,000 troops from Germany over 6 to 12 months. Germany hosts approximately 35,000 to 39,000 active-duty US military personnel, the largest contingent in Europe. Trump accused Germany of failing to support US operations in Iran, including securing the Strait of Hormuz. But not all outlets told the same story. The Guardian reports Trump's troop reduction threat was made during an Oval Office event for partisan, right-wing outlets, while ABC does not mention this context. The Guardian cites German media estimates of 50,000 US troops in Germany, while ABC and Pentagon sources state 35,000 to 39,000. Article 5, Guardian, repeats Trump's claim that Merz thinks it's okay for Iran to have a nuclear weapon, but Article 3, Guardian, does not attribute this exact quote to Merz's public statements. This story was covered by ABC News and The Guardian.